Hi, have you ever wondered why the quality of life and public health is differ across the social group and the urban areas? So, in this video, we'll explain how health is the result of social factors, not just biology things. Inequality in these factors, like housing and incomes, create a lot of gaps how people live and stay healthy.
Sebagai urban planner, melihat kota bukan sekedar ruang fisik, tapi refleksi dari how we live and survive. Berdasarkan framework GR Newhe atau Global Research Network on Urban Health Equality, faktor lingkungan seperti air quality, akses mobilitas, dan perumahan adalah key determinants dari kesehatan masyarakat. Oke, kita ambil di Bandung dan juga Surabaya, urban density memang mendukung active mobility, tapi desain ruang publik dan pedestrian path masih belum inklusif. Selayaknya desain support movement, but not equality. Sebaliknya dengan Perth punya tata kota yang lebih terencana dengan integrasi green corridors dan juga public transportation. Namun, car dependency rate-nya masih mencapai 82%. Oke, kita lihat dari data WHO PM 2.5 memperlihatkan jurang besar. Bandung punya 31 mikrogram per meter kubik, Surabaya punya 29 mikrogram per meter kubik, sedangkan Perth hanya mempunyai 6 mikrogram per meter kubik. Angka ini menunjukkan bahwa urban inequality juga tercermin dari udara yang kita hirup setiap hari. Maka, peran perencana kota bukan sekedar menggambar zonasi, tapi merancang kota yang breeds equality. Melalui analisis matrik GRNH, kami menempatkan environmental determinants sebagai fondasi untuk menutup kesenjangan hidup antar kota.
Our policy analysis focus on a commitment to achieving SDGs 3 and SDGs 11. Reaching these goals requires strong and effective governance. Surabaya's Healthy Cities program stands out as a good example how SDGs 11 can be put into real action at the local level. Governance challenge in Bandung and Surabaya. In Bandung and Surabaya, one of the main challenges is achieving multi-sectoral governance. Transportation policies that affect air pollution are often not well aligned with health policies, leading to fragments and less effective outcomes. Comparative insight: Perth and Indonesia's decentralization. Perth, on the other hand, has a more centralized governance structure with a strong funding support for health programs. Indonesian cities, however, need to keep improving decentralized service to the local governments, can better allocate research and respond to the needs of the most vulnerable communities.
Using real data. And when we look at the number of health worker per thousand people, there's a pretty big gap between Perth, Bandung, and Surabaya. Another indicator, access to proper sanitation from BPS 2024, it tells similar story. Alright, in Bandung and Surabaya, they are still fall behind, but in Perth, these gaps are much smaller and better to manage. This really highlights how governance can fall short when it is not supported by data equity. Data shouldn't just count people. It should help us to understand who needs support the most. That's what data equity all about.
Our synthesis shows that the life inequality in Bandung and Surabaya is mainly caused by structural determinants like housing, sanitation, and policy integration weaknesses, while Perth focuses more on behavioral challenges. Our recommendations are: first, strengthen urban health implementation at the neighborhood level for local participation. Second, mandate the integration of the RPGMD and the health profile to ensure city budgets address social determinants. By mapping these life inequalities using the GRN, UHE, and urban health frameworks, we hope to provide integrated insights into creating healthier and more equitable cities. Thank you.